Hey everyone, Miacidae here. Welcome back to Darkest Dungeon. So today on the No Hope Estate, we are going into the Warrens with the hope of getting the surgical gloves. Pretty good for the early game because plus 5 accuracy on all melee skills, plus 8 crit on all melee skills. So if I'm using someone in melee, specifically melee, they are great. They do have a few downsides, the minus 20% move resist, the minus 10% debuff resistance, so it's not the worst downside, so great upside for a little downside on an uncommon trinket. So I think we can definitely knock this one out of the park if we take it carefully. For today, Dismas, using Dismas's head and the Ancestor's Candle. He's going to be dancing a little bit with Pernicosis. So we have point blank shot to utterly annihilate anything in rank 1, pistol shot if I need to hit anything in rank 3 or 4, duelist advance to get back into rank 1 and give him a riposte, and open vein to do pretty good damage and bleed anything in ranks 1 or 2. We have Pernicosis the Lawbringer, dancing once again with Dismas. He can shove or he can long arm, so I don't necessarily need to push Pernicosis into rank 1, if that makes sense. If Pernicosis also gets into rank 3 or 4 for whatever reason, we can always use Impale to go forward by 2. And we have Juggernaut if I need to do a self-riposte. Otherwise, just doing whatever I need with his second attack to take out whatever I want. For his trinkets, we have the Ad Mortem Situs, so plus 8 crit, plus 7 accuracy, Ad Mortem, his kind of finisher move. And because he is the tankiest of the tanks, Stone Clamshell Shield, because this is the best trinket I have right now, and we want it on the tankiest person we have, because if they are taking hits, they are really annihilating the accuracy and crits on whoever hits them. Especially handy if I can get that on a mini boss. Then we have our Trapper, once again, just because I want the money, and also do Fungal Claw for damage from above to lower dodge and speed and lower their accuracy. And lower their accuracy with Confusion Spores. Now I'm going to be trying out something a little weird with him. We did get that Captain's Bottle, which makes him virtually immune to the Pelagic Plague and Pelagic Embrace. However, it does up his disease resistance. It says reaches a 95% disease cap. So I'm not sure if that means he just is almost immune to all diseases, or if he's just immune to the Pelagic Plague and Embrace. So I'm going to be testing that out. You get a lot of diseases in the Warrens, so we'll see if he gets anything else, or if that's kind of true to what it says. And then the dodge stone on him, so he has a little bit extra dodge. If I see the Shambler up and coming or anything like that, we can always trade something out for defensive traps as well, so he gets a repost. And then finally, Esmeralda, we do have the Machia's head on her, so all of her debuff chances are higher. And the Archer's Ring, so all of her range attacks, which is basically everything, is also higher accuracy. And then we have Entangle on her, doing some damage, pulling, minusing the debuff resistance on whatever she hits. We have Sapping Charge, lowering whatever she hits damage. What the hell there? Cat's going crazy in the background, so you're gonna hear some thumping in the background because she's just got zoomies and jumping from cat window to floor to cat window to floor. We have the Piercing Dagger, minus protection plus bleed chance. We have Piercing Dagger, so minus protection, and then bleed chance on whatever she hits. And then if she happens to get into row 3, 2, or 1, we have Expunge. This is basically a guaranteed crit against anything that's bleeding. Dismas can do bleeding, so I can kind of set that up if I want to. We'll see what happens. A lot of food, shovels, some anti-venom, a lot of bandages, a lot of medicinal herbs, shovels, I already said shovels, torches, some skeleton keys, and we'll be fine. Alright.
They breed quickly down there in the dark, but perhaps we can slay them even.
So let's do dinner cart here. That extra food's gonna come in handy. Extra gold and fight. I suppose they're down here trying to purge the Warrens too. Then why are they fighting us? Alright, we're gonna bleed the Pilgrim Levy here. Probably should have gone for minus protection on the Errant, but that's fine. We are going to blight the Levy as well. We tried. Point blank.
Decimated.
Shove Levy. Then if I do Ignis, he should go down.
Give them no quarter.
Now, Pernicosis is going to take a lot of extra damage right now, just due to Deadbolt. I think they do extra damage versus Mart. Minus protection. So 25 protection right now. We are going to Long Arm. And then... yeah, Ad Mortem does a lot more. Duelist Advance.
Confidence surges as the enemy crumbles.
I believe you're in range now for some of my other attacks. We'll do From Above because that lowers... actually, no, we're going to do Skin Prey for the money. What am I talking about? Point blank. Lovely damage, and you're down.
The onslaught.
Give me the skins.
Them all.
Ooh. Portrait and Sapphire, too. So I am going to go all around, then come back for that curio right in that upper hallway. We are definitely getting Dismas drunk. Plus 30% damage until camp there. Guessing he's best with traps as well. He has that 90% chance. And then we go up. I mean, we got a chance. Plus damage? Nope. I tried. Don't think I have anything for that. Oh, lovely. There's a chance I just outright destroy the Spine Eater. And now there's not. I can maybe... no, I can't pull it. Okay. We can minus the protection on it, though. Not sure how Sapping Shard... or the... we lower protection on just bones, but you know, you do you. Point blank on Fleshling.
Eradicated.
I could have gotten the head hoarder, I just thought of that, but no thank you. I'm not doing that fight right now, especially with all the stalling I would have to do. Alright, we are gonna shove the Leech. And then we'll Swift Justice him. And he's got 1 health left. Cool. So, we can do this, take him out, and skin another prey.
Maintain the offensive.
Duelist Advance on Piggy. Skin prey again. Give me money. Shove. Justice Piggy.
As the fiend falls, a faint hope blossoms.
And we got Spine Eater left. I guess it's not the Devourer, it's the Eater. We gonna Duelist Advance here. He's got an Aegis that we're gonna Piercing Dagger through, getting his protection down further. Skin Prey on the Piggy. And then shove into Ad Mortem. It's a song and dance. 3 prize skins for that. We'll give up citrines for emeralds.
And
I have some extra food here. I'm not sure I have enough to like fully... Yeah, we'll not take the crests for now. We'll be safe. A good thing, because between the Ghast, the Slasher, and the Eater, this fight can hurt. Alright, so we're going to lower the protection on the Ghast. Then I'm going to Fungal Claw, hoping to do some damage to the Slasher. Light takes him out. Point blank on Ghast. Ghast is down. Gonna long arm the drummer. Hoping to pull him. Nope. Then add mortem does... Yeah, we're gonna add mortem. Or... we juggernaut. That way I do some damage back to them.
A death by inches.
I think that was worth it. We did miss there. Alright, Skin Prey. They're in ranks 1 and 2, so they're easier to take out. Duelist Advance, Piggy down. Lowering protection. Got a shove. And then we'll Swift Justice, because Ad Mortem doesn't do too much more. And this way we build it up for next time. And there's your Aegis, sir. I was hoping we wouldn't take it out so I could skin again.
This expedition.
Alright, so I'm here. There's 1, 2, 3. Yeah, I'm tempted to camp, but I really don't need to. No one is really hurt. Just trying to figure out what I want to get rid of for the Jade. I'm going to kick myself in the butt later for that anti-venom. We can get rid of it. Alright, quirk time. Known cheat, Saintophobia, Hagiomania, or Scattering. Hagio. Hagio goes first. Then Scattering. Ooh. Okay, so point blank.
Destroy.
1 down. Skin it, please. Even though it's hideous. Then... all these kind of do the same damage, more or less. So let's get the protection down on one of the slashers. Should bleed out, so I don't need to worry about it. Gonna shove the other slasher. And then we're gonna Swift Justice it. And we miss.
The slow death. Unforeseen. Unforgiving.
Gonna get another one. Little bit of stress there. Not horrible. I wish he didn't go. There's a slasher down. Duelist Advance. And we'll get the drummer. It's not worth taking the extra hits and damage to get another skin there.
Foolish horrors. Brought low and
But what we can do now is just refresh everyone with that food. Take the crests, which I'm gonna need. I'll leave the money for now. You're good. 70, 100, yeah, 100% with the Trapper. Might as well default party order here. Is this anything? It is not. Torch up. And then up we go. Ooh, can get rid of another quirk. Point blank. Alright, Bloodstarved down. Then Carrion Puppet. Nope, okay. So what we're gonna do is pull Drummer. Nope, okay. And Piggy go bye-bye. Piggy did not go bye-bye. Haha, you missed. Duelist advance, Piggy go bye-bye. We can get 2 skins now. Piercing dagger, get protection down, get the block off. I don't love that riposte. Okay, skin prey, get the 2, move them forward. It does have a utility to it. And then add mortal. Oh man, I wanted to skin the bones. I'm not sure what I would have gotten for skinning the bones, but I wanted to skin the bones.
Precipitates a
Okay, these are definitely worth more than the jades. Then from there, gonna use some of the torches. We're gonna trade the torches for the portraits. I also need the deeds. So let's do this. And then we can take the crests. I'm actually gonna use the firewood. Feast for the stress and the health.
kindling is a goal without hope.
Safe and sound, prevent nighttime ambush, party -10 stress. We're gonna nature provides for the food and the prize skins. I think everyone's at full health now. We're gonna unparalleled finesse, I believe, next. Yeah, let's unparalleled finesse for the accuracy and the damage. And then we'll be fine.
The light, the promise of safety.
And then I wanted scattering on Esmeralda here down so she does more damage with all her ranged moves. Because she is mainly a ranged hero. So scattering on her is actually a little more impactful, I'll put it. Okay, the Bullfrog might hurt. What we might be able to do is get one of the Carrion Eaters down before he eats them, and then skin it. Like so. And that way he doesn't power up as much. And we can shove on the Fleshling there. Going to Swift Justice it. And it has 1 health left. Kinda wish you didn't go first there, buddy, but Fleshling down, Fleshling not down. Advancing. Piercing dagger on Bullfrog.
Masterfully executed.
And let's just mitigate our damage now and take him out. I'd say Pernicosis took him out. Didn't really want to deal with the Bullfrog. Alright, take the gold stack.
Creatures can be felled.
We can heal up here, because we're about to use our last medicinal herb. Some more food, get that money. Move on up. Torch.
The match is struck. A blazing star is born.
There's the trap. It's 100% a room battle, so I'm not going to go into
Such blockages are
this room here. I just want to check out that, which is worthless. Room battle with treasure. They can eat. We have enough food. Take the money, take the bust, torch up. Hey, it's you guys again. Who'd have thought?
The way is lit.
Anywho,
The path is clear.
duelist advance on Levy in...
Strength to follow it.
Let's go 1. 1's gonna be easy to take out. I thought. Well, we can blight him. Then we can pull 3. That might be a decent tactic. So long arm. And then Swift Justice, and he's down. I don't remember what Rapture does. Stun chance and stun resistance. We're not going to be stunning them at all, so that's not really the biggest deal unless they try to stun us. I'm going to use the bandage so we're not bleeding. We're going to skin them. Bringing back human skins to sell, that's gonna be interesting for whoever we're selling it to. What did we do down here? I thought you were skinning pigs. Alright, if I just hit... Oh, I have an idea. Okay. Hitting Missionary. Ignis Ember. Errant bleeds out.
The blood quickens.
Or another skin. 'Cause I'm greedy like that. Alright, Levy down. Shove. I'm guessing Ad Mortem's going to take him out. Hey, 2 more skins.
As
Another
victory
portrait.
mounts, so too will resistance.
You can heal up with the food. I'm assuming we're not going to need that last stack of food there. Alright. It served its purpose. Alright. Skulker needs to go down. Carrion Puppet after that.
Precision and power.
Dismiss heard what I said. Alright, Carrion Puppet next. We can blight it. Getting its protection down. Or it doesn't really have protection, does it? Then we're gonna shove the Ghast, because I don't want to move the puppet. Then we can Swift Justice it and it's down. Yeah, thrash all you want. It's not gonna do much in the long run now, is it? Can we get Piggy? Before Mackie, or the Trapper goes. She got scurvy, but I'm pretty sure that's not how scurvy works. But, you know, you do you. Also, not sure how we're skinning something that's made out entirely of bones. Oh, we got the crit. Wasn't expecting that, but it works. It works. Ooh.
A trifling victory.
I like this trinket for the,
Victory nonetheless.
Falconeer, in particular. Now, here's the thing. I am pretty sure I'm gonna have to keep going. So what do I give up for what? Once again, I'm going to say I am being very stupid. I do not recommend doing what I'm doing. And seeing as how, like, I have all these restrictions on this file, What I just did was extremely stupid.
Finding the stuff is only the first test. Now it must be carried home.
Oh yeah, now we're bleeding and I can't get rid of it.
Bring to life with a singular purpose.
Alright, last room. It's gonna be battle room.
Wealth beyond measure. Awarded to the brave and the foolhardy alike.
Yay, hunger check. Good thing I still had food left. Uh-huh. I think this is my first time fighting Scav on this file. Uh-huh. Well, hi there, buddy. First of all, we're gonna point blank the chopper. We're going to entangle the chopper, moving him back. I actually wanted that move, but that's fine. Confusion spores on the Scav. That way he has a lower chance of hitting us. And he actually resisted that somehow. Shite. Okay, well, at least you're down. And then we can Ignis Ember so we can hit the drummer. No, Juggernaut, the riposte. I'm gonna need that riposte. Now, the Trapper might be in trouble, especially because I got rid of my bandages.
Unwound.
A Duelist Advance hitting the drummer. Drummer down. Just Scav left. He's gonna get 2 Aegises, I believe? Just 1, okay. Piercing Dagger, get rid of that protection, get rid of the block. Also bleeding, awesome. Back by 2. Shove. We're gonna Swift Justice for now. And Dismiss with the dodge. Okay. Riposte is gonna stay there for a bit. I'm gonna open vein for the bleed. No, 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 no. Lowering his protection more.
Survival
Thought that was gonna happen. That's why we bled him.
in this sprawling tomb.
Shove. Add Mortem. Riposte should get him, I think. Nope. Okay. Well, we're at Death's Door again on Dismiss.
Fear.
Expunge.
The bigger the beast, the greater the glory.
Taking Scav head. Trading the bust for my trinket back. Trading Emerald for my trinket back. Taking what we can. Torching up. Taking the portraits.
Spirits are lifted, and purpose is made clear.
Gonna give up the keys for the bust. Yeah. Okay. Last room. Oy vey. Got a plan, got a plan. I should be able to get out of this. So piercing dagger, hit slasher. Push, hit wretch. Then juggernaut, get riposte. That way anything that hits him is gonna be in for a very bad day.
Brilliant confluence of skill.
Duelist advance, hit wretch, wretch down. Also have riposte. We're now permanently immobilized until fight ends. Cool. Slasher down. Hey, you immobilized me point blank. Double riposte. Shove. Not knocking Dismiss out of one. Swift justice. I win. Blood. I need the blood. I need the blood. So we're gonna trade out the 500 gold for that. I'm not gonna mess with the chest. I don't have a key. I don't want to see if it's a mimic. We got the surgical gloves. It cost us a trapper, but we did get 2 stacks of prize skins for that. Another 2,400 gold. A lot of crests. Total of about almost 30,000 gold. Ooh. Little unlucky there, but I mean a lot of stuff for the Hamlet, which is gonna be nice. Dismiss got a quirk. Hagiomania. We got rid of that on someone and we got it on someone else. Okay, he was a trapper who we got rid of it on even.
Years.
Alright, week 22.
And we were rewarded with madness.
Hagiomania gets rid of. Can we upgrade this at all? Not really. Okay. Sarmentian here. I can get rid of the disease on Esmeralda, scurvy, it's movement and bleed resistance, that's fine. At the stagecoach. Don't think we have a man at arms.
The raw
And I was
strength of youth may be spent.
kind of
His eyes hold the secrets of a
waiting to see if we got a better martial saint. But no, we really did not. I'd still have to get rid of 2 negative quirks. So screw it, we'll just throw this guy in stress relief. And the Swine Prince is available. Oh boy. Okay, let's see what's a good trinket to go grab. Because that's kind of what I'm looking for at this point, is good trinkets. I'm really not seeing much. Do I have that Splinterwood shaft? I have the Splinterwood shaft, okay. Yeah. So one good thing I can see here is the Gathering Swarm on the vessel. And there's a decent combo I know about, but I'd rather not go fight that. So I suppose let's go have some fun. Let's go kill the Swine Prince, because that Beast Slayer ring has its uses. I'll give it that. Now, who do I want in rank 4? Ooh, there's a choice. I didn't think of this Saw Hunter. Okay, cool. Do we have a prevent nighttime ambush? Yes, okay. At least we have some form of it. So let me make sure I have the right moves on everyone, and we'll get to trinkets. It's kind of a weird setup for this one. We're going to be taking Robin, the Vixen. She's mainly going to be using Foxfang again, and because she only does a 1 bleed either way, all I'm throwing on her for bleeding is the bleed stone to up her chance, because if you see this here, it only has 100% bleed chance, so there's a decent chance anything she does gets resisted. Then we're going to be doing Madam's Drive just to get her back in ranks not 4. Once we move her back enough. That's basically all I'll be doing with her. Then Damien the Flagellant, Punish, Rain of Sorrows, and Ensanguinate if I need to change a bleed or a blight to someone else, other to him rather than someone else, so they don't die. We have Suffer. Because he has high bleeds, bleed for 4, bleed for 5, I have the bleed amulet on him, and this does plus bleed resistance and plus bleed amount. We also have the bloody collar, so anything that hits him has a chance to get bled 2 for 3 and ups his bleed chance. We have Drulin, the Saw Hunter, with bloodletting teeth. It's a 1 for 3 bleed. Mainly going to be using him for Into the Wound plus 75% damage versus bleeding. And then if I want to hit the back rows, Serrated Knife, 2 for 3 bleed plus bleed amount versus stunned. Nothing is stunned. And then Augur of Erebus to bypass and de-stealth things. That's going to be the Skitterers, I believe. Then we have the Bloodshot Eyeball, so he can just ignore stealth. Has accuracy and accuracy versus stealth, and then dismisses head, so he is doing just more flat damage. Finally, we have Scarlet the Duchess, mainly using Crimson Downpour to up the bleed amount anything receives, and do a 3 for 3 bleed on anything in the back rows. We also have Maciek's Head, so the debuff has a better chance of sticking, and then Archer's Ring, so that anything has a better chance of hitting. So since both the attacks I'm going to be using are ranged, we want that hitting and we want that sticking, so it realistically has more like a 145% chance of hitting and sticking with 100% accuracy rather than what it's showing. Then otherwise we have Thirst for Power, so it has a 3 for 3 bleed attached to it, and then on bleed or versus bleeding, she gets a 15% damage boost and protection. That's what we'll be mainly using. Hopefully it's good enough to beat the Swine Prince. I'm assuming it's gonna be. Just have to kind of bleed him out. And we'll see kind of what happens here. And we'll basically just be going straight for the boss.
The ways and rituals of blood sacrifice are difficult to master. Those from beyond require a physical vessel if they are to make the crossing into our reality. The timing of the chants is imperative. Without the proper utterances at precise intervals, the process can fail spectacularly.
A nameless abomination.
Well, we know where he is. That's a start.
It must be
I'm
destroyed.
going to take the path of least resistance just because I don't want to get wrecked on the way to him. Of course. Well, good thing I can bypass and de-stealth, right? Plus damage and plus crit while stealth, so yeah, I can't augur and ink for. Well then. We're gonna just serrated knife both of them. Get them bleeding. Foxfang, let's hit the Widow. Get our post up. Then we're gonna Monstrous Affliction. Crimson Downpour these guys to up the bleed amount they receive. 6 bleed on the Sly Urchin.
Weakened.
Widow goes down. Believe Urchin will go down to bleed. It's 11 bleed. Give Scarlet Blood. Thirst for Power on Chirurgeon. Now bleeding for 10. Foxfang again. Bleeding for 11.
Great is the weapon that cuts on its own.
Hit. Tried to hit the Urchin. Bonesaw kinda hurts. He's now bleeding for 14. Hit Urchin. Urchin down, just Chirurgeon left.
From our lands.
Gonna get rid of that bleeding if I can. Then Thirst for Power. Bleeding for 18. 25. I think he goes down. Bonk.
A brilliant confluence of skill and purpose.
And bonk. That is a lot of stuff.
Remind yourself that
We'll
overconfidence...
take everything. I don't think I have a disease to get rid of. So we'll leave this because it only sells for 1,000. Full party order. Move on along. No scouting, so I'm going left. Dig through this.
Such blockages are
Torch up.
unsurprising. These
In
tunnels
bag.
predate even the earliest settlers.
We'll leave the gold. I will, however, eat a little bit. So people are okay. Going down. Hunger check, torch up. What's on the blade rack? Food,
Some reward for a task well performed.
eating, grabbing the gold stack. Have 12 food to get to this room right there. I think we'll be alright. Alright, well, serrated knife so I can hit both of them in the back. Get him bleeding. So I figured he'd at least, the skitterer would at least do that and stealth himself. Going to get a riposte going. Bleeding the back rows. 6 bleed and 2 bleed, so at least the skulker goes down. Slasher goes down.
The slow
Just the unholy's left there.
unforgiving.
Making a monstrous affliction.
Confusion
Noble obligation.
and panic.
Debuffed for plus damage received. So let's get the block off. And destroy this Spine Eater. There we go.
Continue the onslaught.
Carrion puppet left.
Destroy.
It's going at the riposte. So at least we do a little bit.
Slowly, gently. This is how a life is taken.
Can't do too much here. So have to do Thirst for Power even though we're not going to bleed it.
As the
Bloodletting Teeth to crush it. There we go.
blossoms.
Take what we can. Yeah, leave those. Bone Altar on Drulin. It's plus 15% damage, accuracy, and crit intel camp. Gotcha. Scav, again? Really, dude? We just played. We just played with you. Alright, bleeding back rows. Serrated knives to get them bleeding. Monstrous Affliction to transform. Crimson Downpour or to get plus bleed received. Drummer will go down. Thank you for the pull. Oh. Oh. I see how it is.
Teetering on the brink, facing the abyss.
Well, bleed Scav. Bleeding for 14. Gonna bleed the chopper. Actually, no. We're gonna bleed the scav for even more. Bleeding for 21. Foxfang for riposte. Scav goes down on next. Thank you for the pull.
A death by inches.
Droolin', man. You're pulling through on everything here. Like, thirst for power. Because we just need the chopper to go down now. So he's bleeding for 4 of his 7 health.
Monstrous size has no
Thrive.
intrinsic merit.
Piggy goes down.
Inordinate exsanguination be considered a virtue.
Be wary. Triumphant pride precipitates a dizzying fall.
We're gonna need to camp in that room. Problem is, do I want to... No, I don't. I don't want to risk it being a battle room. So we're gonna take the skull. Get rid of the delicacies. We'll do that. We're gonna firewood in this room.
A spark without kindling is a goal without hope.
Gonna eat till we're full. I'm not gonna eat. I want to eat for the stress. Yeah, we're gonna feast. I know it's a bad idea, but we're doing it. Okay, can anyone besides him prevent nighttime ambush? No. So, saying consultation minus party surprise plus monster surprise, all companions plus 15 stress. Night to remember minus party stress, remove mortality debuffs. That's self-only heal. Can wound care. Yeah, let's wound care.
The wounds of war can be healed, but never hidden.
I don't feel like anything else is worth it.
The light.
I wonder if I did bloodletting, if I could have gotten rid of that. That might have been worth it. Oh well. Oh, I could have gotten rid of her disease with the
Awarded to the brave and the foolhardy
leeches.
alike.
Shit. Hindsight is 20/20, everyone. Hindsight is 20/20. Alright. Head trinket. Head trinket. Head trinket.
A fortune waiting to be spent.
That's just sad because I had digs. And then Bearstone's head is always good.
As the light gains purchase, spirits
Alright, we'll get rid of the Ring of the Snake because I'm just going to sell it. Food. Food. I needed that. We'll leave the gold. An upcoming fight. Oh yay, supplicants are here. Means I need to get rid of them soon. Alright, transform. Then, Crimson Downpour. Into the wound on... Let's go chopper. Get riposte. Chopper is bleeding for 5. He goes down. Bleed back row. Supplicant is bleeding for 9 of 11.
No quarter.
Drive hitting first row. Yeah, let's bleed the drummer. If we bleed him, he goes down. And then supplicant down, that's the fight.
Their formation is broken. Maintain the offensive. Decimated.
There we go.
This expedition at least promises success.
Curio. So I'm not going to need the keys anymore. It doesn't look like I might not need the shovels. I'm not entirely sure on that, but it's one hallway. I can bank on that. Yay, I was right. What is that? What in the... Oh, I didn't see this top part. I was only seeing this bottom part at first. I'm blind. Alright. Hit Wretch. Get Riposte. Hit Slasher. Bleed him out. Ah, he resisted. Affliction. Bleed back rows. Up bleeding received. And... Actually, screw it. Let's take out the Wretch. Now it bleeds out.
Confidence surges as the enemy crumbles.
I think this is going to take a Slasher out. And now we just have Spine Eater and Leech left. So let's do a little damage to the Spine Eater. Hit the Bloodstarved Leech. It bleeds out into the wound on
Well struck.
Spine Eater. There's its Aegis. And Das Bonk. Might as well use this. Poke you. And bonk again. Take everything, leave
As
vitrines.
so too will
Default
resistance.
party order. I think you're going to be the best with traps, actually, Robin. See what torch is. Just torch. Okay.
Gold, trinkets and baubles.
Then
Blood.
holy water, holy water, holy water, holy water. Food on everyone. And in we go. This should be interesting. I love the chair that they did for him.
A blundering mountain of hatred and rage.
Okay, Wilbur's bleeding. So this is going to be a little bit of a race. We are going to do Bloodletting Teeth onto the Swine Prince. He has 132 health, but no bleeding or blighting resistance. This is going to hurt the first turn. But Crimson Downpour.
Quickens.
Okay, we didn't hit Wilbur, so that's good. Fox Fang, because now we do extra bleeding versus the boss. And now bleed the Prince. He's bleeding for 12. Well, that hurt, but now he's bleeding for 13 and got a riposte. Well, now Wilbur is going to go even faster. Thirst for power. Prince needs to bleed for more. 17. I think that's 18. 22. 25. Into the wound. Yeah, Prince is going to go down soon.
The ground.
There we go. 26. And then Wilbur goes down shortly after, thankfully. Because then it'd be like wild flailing and all that. Up bleeding received. 66 bleed amount. Destruction.
A powerful blow.
We're stunned, but thankfully Prince is gonna bleed out. Pop.
The thing is even more horrible in death. Liquefaction
Pop.
cannot come soon enough.
I'm glad that went as planned, because that could have gone so south so quick. Well, Beast Layer Ring, few heirlooms there. 13,000 gold for the bank, which is accumulating interest. And Robin hit level 3. Yay! Sunward Explorer on her, so I can leave her alone for a while. Observant on Drulin. Non-erring on Scarlet. Oh, Strange Bedfellows. I was wondering when this would appear. A monster exiled from her pack, seeking an army to usurp a hostile queen. Have we fallen on such desperate times that we'd consider throwing our lot in with the very creatures we sought out to destroy? Plot quest, Homecoming, plus 100% stress relief received on crits from next quest. So the reason this one is so good is you get 2 Crimson Court trinkets just for finishing it, and then you can get like 2 or 3 more in there just from one of the chests. So you can get like, if you're very lucky with drops and then all the curios in there, I've gotten away with like 6 Crimson Court trinkets from this quest. I love it. It is recommended. Like, let me show you this. I'm not doing it today, but this will probably be the thing I do next. This quest is dangerous and longer than usual. Level 2 heroes are recommended. Still proceed. So it is recommended to go in there with fully geared out, decked out heroes. So keep that in mind. Actually, I do not want these trinkets. I'm not a fan of kill count in the least. So I'm going to wait on that. The bedtime story actually isn't bad, but I'm going to wait till that's better and probably go do something else. The Brawler's Gloves actually are really good, so I might go knock out the Necromancer next and see what I can do there. Because this Homecoming quest will stay around and just refresh the trinkets that are there, kind of like the Kraken does, until you go do it, is my understanding and like experience with the quest. So just be aware that it is harder. It is doable with a full set of level 0 heroes. I have done it. I do not recommend it. I went in with a full set of fire heroes, which are also not great in the Crimson Courtyard at level 0, and I got away with 1 hero left alive after everyone afflicted. Yeah, I do stupid stuff a lot of the time, people. And that did not go over well, but we still got through it, and the rewards were amazing. Like, I got so many Crimson Court trinkets out of that run. It was worthwhile, but it was bad. So it is worth doing. The Homecoming there, just be sure that you're going in there with heroes that can do it. So that's my warning. We will do it eventually. I'm just going to wait for the trinkets to refresh. So I'm probably going to be doing the Necromancer next time, because those Brawler Gloves are actually really good up until like end game, because that +2 damage is equal to, if not better than, +20% damage. And the crit is amazing as well. So that would be really, really good to have. So that'll be it for this time. As always, wish you all well. I'll see you next time, and please have a good one.